So yeah, we're here again at the home instead of in the parking lot, and for good reason. Parking lot doesn't have tea. Kind of feel like Jonathan Tettleman last year when he was performing La Randonnée during live stream, and he was having some allergy issues. It's less runny nose right now for me. It's more just sore throat, residual stuff. So please bear with me for the next week or so, I guess. Okay, so Salome. This might be one of the best, if not the best, new productions of a classic opera that the Met has done since coming back from COVID. I thought it was that good. I think if you look at most Salomes, it's probably trying to play it straight, trying to play it more or less how the Oscar Wilde play uh, dictated it, which is the basis of this Richard Strauss opera. This one was very psychological, and yeah, it still had a lot of the regular, for lack of a better term, horniness. Thank you, Oscar Wilde, from the man who brought us The Picture of Dorian Gray. Uh, yeah, I want to give a shout out to the director here. Apologies if I get the name wrong. Klaus Guth, Guth. I'm assuming it's German, which probably means it's more of a Gut instead of Guth. Well, I guess based on the descriptions that were given by host Igo at Machina, as well as what's written on the Met, it would be Eyes Wide Shut meets Clockwork Orange in Victoria era, which creates a lot of interesting visuals where everyone's trying to look prim and proper, and then you get your three, I guess your three of your four main principles, your Salome, Herod, Herodias, uh, acting very sensually, precociously. And yeah, definitely felt some of the eyes wide shut stuff, especially off the beginning where there's a lot of masquerade stuff going on. As a matter of fact, there's this, I guess it would be a ram's head that keeps appearing throughout on a number of people, typically on Herod, though. For the Clockwork Orange stuff, I guess that would be I guess the visions of the not visions, but I guess the different Salomes that would show up here and there, that would, I guess, represent different points in her life and different aspects of her aspects of her nature. Like in her more curious nature, it would probably be the younger Salome when they were when she was meeting John the Baptist in the dungeon. And by the way, John the Baptist, Peter Mattei. Oh, you were so good today. Uh, you were so good. Uh, Really, there was a lot of great performances throughout. Peter was just one of them. Elsa van der Heever, Salome, she was great. I came in wondering how this was going to make it to PBS because they do have that contract with them where present the they present the live streams on PBS, not live, but like post production. Um, and I was just watching this to start, and there were definitely some things between Salome and initially the that one that one character that kind of gets offed or has himself off sometime in the first hour of the opera. Can't think of his name. Anyways, some of the things they were doing were very not leaving much to the imagination there. And so I was just wondering, how are they gonna edit this thing? The answer is not having to do too much. Specifically when they go to the Dance of the Seven Veils, usually that's more of like a striptease I think I've seen one where it actually goes down to I don't think it's necessarily the singer, but definitely someone pretending to be Salome, sort of bearing most, if not all. Initially, something I was thinking coming in that maybe it wasn't because of the all the other Salomes, maybe like the older adult Salome, adultish. I don't know. How old is Salome supposed to be in this? I figured they'd probably have one of the other Salomes rather than Elsa actually do the dance. What they did, though, I thought was, especially considering the production, was kind of brilliant. They had all seven Salomes from the youngest to Elsa, and each one came in, and there was this veil that would be pulled off of one after the other. And sorry, I was just looking at the preview, and it just kind of stuttered there. I don't know what the heck happened there. Anyway, so they start with each one and they pull off like this little veil that's on top of each one's, and it kind of goes through a progression of young Salome being treated nicely by this one person to being to the guy being more strict. And I think based on the fact that both he and Herod had the ram's head on, I think it was supposed to be a representation of Herod, I think. And further along, it feels more abusive and traumatizing, and eventually it gets more sexually abusive, to the point where when it finally gets to Elsa's Salome, she just starts beating the crap out of the guy in the ram's head. And wow, that was a journey. That was a journey. Yeah, I already said I loved Peter in this. Elsa, I am wondering what her schedule is like, because I do love seeing her perform. I wonder if maybe she doesn't really feature much in Met streams because um, maybe she's not the right fit outside of like a Strauss Wagner type role. Maybe it would require more Strauss Wagner type stuff for her to actually appear. I know she appeared in oh, what was it? What was it? It was another Peter Mattei opera. He was actually the lead character. I think it was Watzik. It was one of the ones before the pandemic, I think. And it was a one act opera, and it was basically Peter Mattei's character being gaslit by everyone, if I remember it correctly. Let's see, one of the more interesting lines being said, translated, "It's dangerous to look at her," said when it was like a 12-year-old Salome dancing in front of everyone. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Let's see, they had like a music box thing at the beginning, and you had like one of the kid Salomes playing with the doll, and then just sort of swinging the doll against the floor. It's a nice tone setter. Couple of minor glitches in the stream, a couple buffering issues in the visuals, nothing too serious. There was one where it was after um after she talked with John the Baptist, and she was going back up the stairs into the main hall, and there was this box that came up. I don't recall what it was, but it was I don't recall exactly what it was, but it was something like it couldn't read something, I think is what it was. Funny little glitch there, probably on our side. Also, I find it funny that throughout all this Oscar Wilde horniness, they end up having this biblical debate in the middle of the opera about if John the Baptist really has seen God, or if or if there have been any other prophets, or if Elijah was really a prophet, or if this guy that John the Baptist has been talking about is even real or is actually what they say he is. I just find that interesting juxtaposition between all this weird, precocious, horny thing going on, and you get this biblical debate, rabbinical, I guess in this case. I don't know. Torcal? That even a word? Oh, speaking of the horniness. There was this there was this moment where Herodias would stand against one of the set walls, and there would be this pair of arms that would just come in from behind her. There would be this door that opened up, the pair of arms that come in and would just kind of start feeling her up. I was like, this is weird. Oh yeah, last one. This one's more for Strauss. You know how at the end of like the Rosenkavalier or Ariadne auf Naxos, there's a very Straussian way he would end those operas. Very like it feels like a signature of his. Like the opera is done, and he kind of just writes out the signature at the very end, kind of like a production logo at the end of a television show. And it seems like at the end of this opera, he's about to go into that sort of signature, and then at the very end, it stops, and then Herod goes, "Kill the woman," and it goes into a completely different ending. It's beautiful. It's awesome. Okay, so do I recommend it? Yes. Um, although I guess with some caveats, you should definitely know what you're getting into. This is a definitely sensually, sexually explicit. No, not really explicit in this case. Well, in some cases, some some points, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you do have Herodias getting filled up. You have some points where Herod is doing some weird stuff with Salome. Just understand what you're getting yourself into if you've never seen Salome. But yeah, I would recommend it. Go see the encore later this week, or I guess you could wait to see the explicit. See if they keep the explicit stuff on PBS. I don't know. Again, weird stuff. So I guess that's about it. Uh, and I will see you guys in a couple weeks, hopefully with this more cleared up for the Barber of Seville. Take care.